not here. Oh, that's awesome. Okay, well, we don't usually have this type of Wednesday crowd around here, so I know everybody's here to talk about what we've already talked about. I don't know really what else we can add other than, we got to move on. And like I said earlier today, wish Kelly all the best. Great young man. He made a decision that he thinks is best for him, and so all you can do is support him in that. And even though you don't necessarily agree with it, but that's his decision. And so we got to move forward, and we're definitely not a better team without him, but it's kind of like somebody having a season-ending injury. Somebody's got to step up, and you kind of rally the troops, and you got what you got, and you go back to work. So I thought our guys did a great job today getting back to work and being focused on what we got to do this weekend. So everybody's going to say, what do you do next? Well, Chase obviously will move up to 2, and more reps for him. Ben Batson, good timing. At least that's a positive. He just got put back in practice this week, so we got to get him up to speed. And then Renfro Nation, he'll be our. We'll get a plan for Renfro. He obviously knows everything, but we got to knock the rust off. He really hadn't been back there ball handling and all that, but he's a quick study, and we'll get him up to speed. And then everybody talks about DK, and obviously DK played quarterback in high school, but he doesn't, he's still. There might be a few things that we could do package-wise with him, but right now he's not ready to. He doesn't know the whole system, so that would be really hard and unfair to him. But so we got what we got, and we're excited about getting back on the field. And again, I know y'all are all here doing your jobs, and you got some questions, but I'll answer one or two, and then I'm not going to take any more on guys that aren't here. We're going to move on. And it's going to be about this team and the guys that are here. So I understand y'all got to do your job, and so I'll let you do that. And then then Saturday or next Tuesday or whenever, I'm not taking any more questions on this situation.
Coach, how'd you tell the team, and what was their reaction?
Well, I didn't have to tell the team. We live in a world where you don't have to tell them anything. It's not like it used to be. Usually they know everything before I even know it most of the time. So they didn't have to tell them anything. Everybody knew. But we just talked about it as a team, and it's his decision, and you got to support him in that and move on. It's 2018, and you got new rules, and again, if that's what he thinks is best for him, then you just have to support him in that, because he's an incredible young person, one of the best I've ever been around, and. Again, whether you like it or not really doesn't matter. That's his right to make that decision, and I wish it was different, but it's not. So we gotta live with it.
Is it more difficult when they know everything already? You don't have to go into a meeting and tell them, or does that take some of the pressure off of you?
Oh yeah, no, it's definitely not more difficult. I mean, because like I said, everybody knows everything. There's no secrets. I would say, back in the day when you didn't, things like that, you just didn't know. You didn't have internet, you didn't have social media, you didn't have stuff like that. There would probably be a little bit more shock effect or something like that. But in today's world, this is just their normal. I mean, they know anything and everything that happens.
Kelly had made some comments that he found it to be a slap in the face, I think was the phrase that he used. Yep. Is that disappointing to you to hear? And do you feel like there's anything differently that could have been done and how it was handled?
No, I don't think he was worried about how it was handled. I just think, that's his opinion on the decision. Mm-hmm. But, again, he's certainly entitled to his feelings. I'm not going to tell him how he should or shouldn't feel. But he started for us for 18 games, and he beat out the #1 quarterback in the country last year. Beat him out. He beat out Eric Cooper as well, who was a top 10, 12 quarterback in the country coming out, and he won the job. And he won the job again this year coming into camp. But as I've told y'all, if it ever changed, we'd know it, and it changed last week. And I mean, I'm just a coach, and my job is to put the best guys out there. And it's funny how the quarterback position is just like it's like its own world. We've had a 3-year starter in Sean Pollard. Man, we start Cade Stewart, and none of y'all showed up. Not a one of you. There wasn't no cameras. There was nothing. And Pollard was disappointed that he didn't get to start. Been a 3-year starter, but he hung in there, and they're competing. That's the way it is. I mean, my job is to make football decisions, and that's all it is, a football decision. And he would have continued to play. He certainly would have continued to help us win, but he disagreed with the decision, and he's entitled to feel however he wants to feel. Sorry he feels that way, but I'm proud of what he did. But at the end of the day, again, my job is to put the best people out there that give this team the best chance to win. And based on 4 games, that's the decision that we made. It wasn't just it's not like Coach Swinney walked in and said, "This is what we're doing." This was everybody. It's a football decision. And that's just, they're tough. It's not easy, especially when you love somebody. And, but that's my job. That's my job.
Would you have done?
Never going to apologize for doing my job.
Would you have the timing of it been any different if the redshirt rule thing hadn't been what it was? Or?
That had nothing to do with it. Totally coincidental, to be honest with you. Had nothing to do with that. And but I'm glad it worked out the way it did. This is just what happened Saturday. Mm-hmm. If we'd had a different situation on Saturday, we're not having this discussion. But and it's I easily I could have said, hey, no, let's just start him this week, and now he has no options and his college career's over. But I would never even entertain something like that. That's not who we are. We're going to do what's right. I did what I think is right in making the decision. Time will tell if I did the right thing, just like I did what was right when I made Deshaun Watson the starter.
Coach, not to imply that there's anything good about the situation, but does it simplify things at all for you and Coach Streeter, just in terms of getting one quarterback, one starter ready?
I wish we still had him here.
Yeah.
I'd rather him be here. And so, it is what it is. It's just, like I said, it's like somebody having a season-ending injury and they're gone, and you got what you got, and you go back to work, and that's what we've done.
Dabo, who are some of the players who have sort of rallied the troops together this week?
I don't know. I'm sure I don't know. I don't go into the locker room. That's their world in there. I mean, I'm sure they've had lots of conversations, but met with the senior group on Monday and really didn't think, because he was in the team meeting yesterday, he was in the position meetings yesterday, he just didn't come out to practice. So, that I really didn't know for sure that I knew he was contemplating, but I thought when he came to the meetings and went to quarterback meetings that he was, coming out to practice. He just decided I guess he didn't want to do it. So
how did that conversation, how did he bring it up and how did it go?
What conversation?
With Kelly when he broke the news to you?
Well, he just when we first met on Monday and talked about the situation and just tried to encourage him. Here's why, and we got to move forward and let's go back to work. But it was emotional, and as I said the other day, he wasn't. I didn't think he was in a good place. He was very disappointed, and so we talked about all the options, and that was one that he brought up, and I certainly tried to discourage that, and I even told him that, listen, if you want to do that, if you want to go somewhere else and play, listen, I just won't play you. If that's what you want, that's not what I want, but I just won't play you. And but this is at the end. He just said, hey, I appreciate